Expect the best used car deals guaranteed. Visit arnoldclark.com.
Welcome to Peter and Ruffy's Football Show on this Friday, sponsored by Arnold Clark. I'm delighted that you could join us. I'm Peter Martin. In the studio with me, Alan Ruff and Barry Ferguson, to look back over the Europa League matches involving Celtic and Rangers and look ahead to the weekend's Premiership. And as ever, there's lots to talk about in Scottish football and no shortage of controversy. Yes, we're going to talk football. We're going to start with the unsavoury side of the beautiful game, and that is quite simply racist and sectarian chanting, abuse in any form, which seems to be just a dark cloud over the game, not only here in Scotland, but right across Europe. Rangers have been fined by UEFA for sectarian and racist chants at the match against St Joseph's. The UEFA delegate put it in his report, and now that fine will mean that the Ibrox club will have to close a section of their stand for the match against Legia Warsaw, the return at Ibrox next week. That will preclude 3,000 fans from watching the game, which was indeed a sellout. So it's not something that you want to read about. Of course, it's certainly not something that Rangers want to deal with. And they've released a statement, and they've been quite strong in their wording. Rangers have been ordered by UEFA to close a section of Ibrox Stadium for the return leg of the club's Europa League playoff tie against Legia Warsaw on Thursday, August 29th. UEFA has ruled that a group of Rangers supporters were guilty of racist behaviour, which includes sectarian singing during the match against St Joseph's, July 18th. Our supporters have been asked repeatedly by the club to refrain from indulging in this and other forms of unacceptable behaviour. Sadly, the warnings have fallen on deaf ears, and the actions of this minority will cause the club and the majority of good and decent Rangers supporters to pay a heavy penalty. And it goes on, UEFA has ruled that a section containing no fewer than the next European match, which is the home match against Legia, no fewer than 3,000 will be denied access. The areas to be closed will be announced in due course, and the club will do its best to restrict the impact to offending supporters. Unfortunately, a significant number of supporters innocent of any wrongdoing will be unable to attend next week's match. It's deeply regrettable to all at the club, and we hope the guilty parties who attracted the attention of UEFA might reflect on the damage their unacceptable behaviour is causing Rangers and their fellow supporters. If any individual supporter is unable to behave in a civilised manner, then please stay away from Ibrox and our club. You are harming Rangers, and that is something a genuine supporter would never wish to do. Well, strong words indeed there from Rangers, and here's what the Rangers manager Steven Gerrard had to say on the issue today.
I've just obviously been updated on the statements and stuff, and I obviously back the statements that the club have made. It's disappointing when I think about it, that the effect that's going to have on innocent fans who go to the game and behave properly, and they're going to miss out on the chance of watching the second leg, which is all set up for an incredible match. So I'm disappointed over it.
Dave King has also released a statement. Rangers is a club open to all, and we will continue to convey this message at every opportunity. Rangers has players and supporters from many religions, cultures and backgrounds, but we are one and the same when we gather to support our club. If any supporter cannot accept that, then Rangers is not the club for them. Well, this is a strong stance by UEFA. I wonder if it's the start of a real clampdown.
Yeah, it should be, Peter. First of all, I'm disappointed in it. I feel sorry there's 3,000 fans that are going to be denied to go and watch their team playing the second leg next week. But it's got to be done. We're trying to get rid of this behaviour out of football. But if it continues, it might not be 3,000 the next time, it could be 30,000, which could be damaging for Rangers financially. I know you had mentioned there it was round about the £200,000 mark that they might lose. It's still a significant amount of money But it needs to stop. And Rangers, to be fair to them, they've come out and they've been clear in their message that if any fans behave in this way, again, they won't be welcome near the club and they'll be banned, which I think's the way forward.
Yeah. Do you think that we are really lagging behind and the SPFL and the SFA should have taken a stronger stance? Because the clubs are quite simply not willing to accept strict liability. Do you think the organisations that run the game here should have been taking a stronger stance along with the police? Because quite simply, this goes on, and whatever is happening in the background, it doesn't seem to be getting the message over.
Well, it seems to me the SFA or the SPFL just wait for somebody else to take damage towards what's happened, and it's been UEFA this time. So hopefully down the line that these two, as I mentioned, I'll sit down and have a way forward and making decisions. It seems to me that they need to wait for somebody else to make a decision for them, which is disappointing. You expect your own bodies to go ahead and do that. But listen, it is disappointing. You listen to the manager, you listen to the statement for the club. It's only a few hundred, but they're killing it for the rest of the fans, because I've probably say 95% of fans go there to support their team. Hopefully they get good results and cheer them on to victory. So I feel for these fans that are going to be missing the game, and hopefully they'll take heed of this ban and stop it.
I think this is just a clear indication, and another indication, Ruffy, of clubs burying their heads in the sand for long enough, until such times as you start to hit them in the pocket. And this is the only reason why there's been an immediate prompt reaction. As soon as you start hitting clubs in the pocket and saying, if you can't rid yourself of this poison, and it is a poison, then we'll take action.
Yeah, and UEFA aren't slow in taking action. If you look around the whole of Europe, if there's any trouble, racism, vandalism, anything at all, they come down very heavily. It's just a matter of time before it hit our country. We've had fines thrown about for like fans coming on the park and all that, but this is the first one. This is the first real action that's hurting the supporters. And as Barry said there's going to be a lot of animosity in that bit, you know, that the 3,000 are going to be told you can't sit down here, because a lot of people will be saying, look, we weren't singing then, you weren't anywhere near it. So in that, when it settles down, I think now you'll get the real supporters doing, I don't mean action in it, I just mean there'll be a horrible atmosphere in it if it starts again, and these could be the people that could stop it. Yeah. But the other good thing for Rangers, I'm happy that Rangers have not come out with any denial. You know, no arguing or anything. We appreciate it happened. We appreciate we're taking the fine and we're going to do something about it. If more clubs did that, then that would help as well.
But this is going to hurt the team. There's 3,000 fans missing that game. I know Ibrox holds just over 50,000, but 3,000 fans in a massive game, second leg, hopefully get into the Europa League. You need the fans behind you, and this is where it's going to hurt the players. You know what it's like, you walk out to Ibrox, full house, European night, and a party it's going to be empty. It's going to feel strange for the players. So hopefully fans noticing what's happened, UEFA taking this course of action, hopefully they'll stop it. Will it stop? I very much doubt it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think this is a problem in society. I think, you know, some football fans just bust my head, Ruffy, because whataboutery seems to be the way around. You know, what about them? What about this one? What about that one? Never actually taking responsibility for their own behaviour. And, you know, it's a poison that's been going on for decades. Hundreds of years, to be perfectly honest with you. But in football, it's a poison that hasn't been dealt with properly. And this, you know, what about them? What about this song? What about that? You know, just keep hammering the clubs until the fans get the message.
Yeah, I think that's the only way. It's when you see people getting punished that you would hope that other people round about them would say, well, I want to beat that game. You know, I don't want to be locked out because of stupid singing or whatever it is. So just behave yourself and go and enjoy 90 minutes of football.
Yeah, I think denying supporters a chance to go and support the team is the biggest punishment you can get. I know you can throw out fines, but stopping your own fans coming to support your team it's going to be hard.
Well, can I tell you something, Barry? Stopping the morons coming to support your team is the way ahead. You know, deal with them. Once they're there and they're guilty of it, get in there and take them out and get them charged and then get them banned for life. It's as simple as that.
Yep, listen, you know? I'm with you.
Just on the footballing side of it, it was a good draw for Rangers last night.
It was a good professional performance. They went over to a hostile environment. And listen, they came away not conceding a goal, which was the main thing. Like to have maybe scored, nicked a goal somewhere it wasn't to be. Griggsy made a couple of good saves. Morelos, I've seen him finishing them. But listen, you came away, nothing each. Back on the plane to Glasgow. Rangers are now in the driving seat. They need to now finish the job off, which I think they're more than capable of doing, Peter. I think they're in a good place at this moment in time. A lot of competition, confidence is high, and I can only see Rangers going through. OK, Celtic have made a signing, albeit a lone one. We'll hear from Fraser Forster and the Celtic manager Neil Lennon after we reveal this week's quiz winner. Well done to Bob Law, our quiz competition winner. There's too many easy clues this week, Ruffy. You were smiling, I think, by Tuesday.
Yep, I think the Brazil one was the giveaway. Yeah. You know, I think everybody remembers that final, and everybody scored, and obviously Pelé playing in it as well. So I think that was maybe. I don't know about the other. I thought the other clues were pretty hard.
Yeah.
You know, yep.
Love story. You know, you're like you're a movie buff.
Yeah, you never think back that to the amount of time, you know, to that. It wasn't like the films you get now. It wasn't our best big hit. It was a big hit then, but not. I mean, I don't pull it out the rack every night and let's have a shot. I love story.
I think we all agree. I don't know where Ruffy's going with this, so we'll just move on. OK, let's. Well done, Bob. You've won the competition. Sorry about that last 60 seconds. Fraser Forster comes back to Celtic on loan. He says it was an easy decision.
For me, it was an absolute no-brainer. You know, I had some obviously fantastic times here, and loved every second of the time when I was here. So yeah, it was an absolute no-brainer. As soon as I knew there was any interest, you know, I was desperate to get it over the line.
Well, he's not coming back to sit on the bench. He looks as if he's coming back to be number one. Yeah,
I mean, I like him as a goalkeeper. I've got to be honest. I know he had a difficult time down in Southampton, but I think he's a good goalkeeper, and I'm with you. You don't come back up unless you're going to be playing. I don't think he's coming up here to sit on the bench, that's for sure. I know Bain's out injured for a couple of months. Craig Gordon came in last night and done his job. So that's going to be a tough one for Craig Gordon and Neil Lennon to make that decision. But again, I don't think he would come up here to sit on the bench.
Yep, the manager highlighted prior to the game against the IK there was a fair amount of hysteria following Celtic's exit at the hands of Cluj, Ruffy. So suddenly they came up trumps by 2-0 against the IK.
Yeah, it was a good workmanlike performance. I think everybody was waiting to see whether they could have a clean sheet, which they did, which is always good in European football. I think he knows they'll get a better game over there, but this team will have to come out. You know, you would like to think Celtic would have a goal in them. So 2-0 for me is always, you know, a comfortable result at home.
Okay, the manager seemed happy enough.
Yeah, it's an outstanding performance. You know, great team performance, and I thought we played particularly well first half, but I thought second half we had real good control of the game, and you know, we could have scored more, so I've got to be delighted with that. And you know, it was all around, everyone was in good nick. Some of the football we played was great, and you know, we scored some fabulous goals.
Suddenly it looks as if Edouard is suddenly emerging as this new, dare I say it, a Moussa Dembele style.
Well, he's certainly got the potential. When you watch him, you see bits, flashes of what he can do in games. If you get a level of consistency, I think he could become a top striker. There's no doubt in my mind about that. And he'll be massive to Lenny this season. And he's got, as I says, he's got the potential to go and score that 20-25 goals a season. So he'll be a massive player for Celtic this season.
Yep, well, one of his teammates in France is now his teammate at Celtic, Christopher Julian, well impressed with Edouard.
Good player, but some I knew him since a long time when I played with him in France. He's just unbelievable. The way I see him doing his first year of professional football coming in Toulouse when I was with him, and now see the player that he is just remarkable. I say to him every day, he just have his way to the top, and he's a really good footballer. And I was really happy for him tonight because he worked a lot, and it's just the result of his effort.
Okay, well impressed with Ed O'Ward. Of course, Celtic brought in Fraser Forster. They're looking possibly to Greg Taylor. Looks as if Kelly are digging their heels in. They want $3 million.
Quite rightly so. I mean, they see all the players that they're bringing up for England and some of the prices that they're getting tagged with. Why shouldn't you go overboard a wee bit? I don't think they'll get anywhere near $3 million for him. I don't know what the initial price would be, but I think Kilmarnock, like everybody else, would be going for some kind of sell-on clause to try and recoup what they're not going to get up front. So I hope it works for the boy, because that's another player, the chance to join a top club, and it's denied on you, and you have to get your head down and just carry on.
Yeah, I think, sooner or later there's a wee bit of cajoling with each other. It's a bit of brinksmanship until eventually they'll get there in the end on this one. Of course, Jack Henry might be used as a make-weight in the deal. Only time will tell. Okay, here's a look at the fixtures for this weekend's football in the Scottish Premiership. Hamilton against Motherwell, Hibs against St Johnstone, Kelly against Aberdeen, Ross County Livingston, St Mirren Rangers on the Sunday at 12:15, and Celtic Hearts is a 3 o'clock kick-off on the Sunday. So St Mirren against Rangers. No upsets there, Barry?
No, I don't see it. I think there's a lot of competition for places. You can freshen it up after the game last night over in Poland. So I see Rangers winning the game comfortably.
Yeah, I think if Rangers were to get an early goal, they're well in control of the game, they would win out maybe 2-0.
Yeah, Celtic against Hearts, is that more difficult or just run-of-the-mill for you at home?
Well, you would like to think that the Celtic players would be getting into the game with a lot more confidence than after the Dunfermline score. So I'm not convinced with Hearts at all this year. So I think Celtic eventually will win 2-0 in that game.
Yeah, okay. Barry, Craig Levine's come out and said that, there's, again, driven a lot by social media, there's people calling for managers' heads way, far too early. He's had his own fair share of it. Does he need to come up with something special at Celtic Park? Can he?
I don't think he will be able to. I think Celtic will win the game. I'm with him in terms of managers. I think it's far too early in the season for the start call for managers' heads to roll and be sacked. But he's certainly under pressure, Craig Levine.
Yeah.
Last year the Hearts fans weren't too happy running up towards the end of the season. He's not started great, but he got a good result last week against Motherwell. But I still think they'll struggle against Celtic.
Yep, okay. Kelly against Aberdeen. Well, Greg Taylor's there for the moment, Ruffy. Aberdeen, Derek McInnes has been defending Angelo Alessio and also mentioning the fact that he thinks James Wilson will come good for him in the front line.
Yeah, I think we've seen bits of the boy Wilson. We saw, not a lot of him, but certainly sometimes when he does something good, it is very good. It's a wee bit special. I just think Aberdeen will win this one very, very narrowly.
Yeah, briefly.
Aberdeen for me.
Aberdeen, okay. Lanarkshire Derby. I did mention, I wasn't winding Ruffy up when I said that there was a sickness bug at the Motherwell camp, but whether that will have any effect, only time will tell.
I've been disappointed with Motherwell because I've seen the signings they made and they impressed me last season. They've kind of struggled to get going. I'm sure they'll come good, but I'm going with my local team, Hamilton, to win it.
Ruffy?
I'm going to sit in the fence in this one, Derby game. I'm going to go one each.
One each on that one, okay. Interestingly enough, and as I look at the card here, Ross County against Livingston, let's not forget about it, Ruffy, because you tipped Ross County to defeat your old side Partick Thistle.
Yeah, I did, but that was psychological. I didn't really want them to win, but I thought I'd just... No, I'm going to stick with Ross County. I think they'll be a good home side. I don't think Livingston are particularly good away from home. So again, 2-1 for me, Ross County.
Draw for me.
Yeah. What about Hibs? Now, Scott Allen says he's going to get even better. I'm a big fan. I know you are.
Yep.
They're against a troubled St Johnstone side.
Yep, I think Hibs will win this game pretty comfortably in terms of Scott Allen. I'm glad he's made the move. I've said plenty of times on the show that once he gets 30, 40 games under his belt, he's a potential Scotland player for me.
Yeah, I think if Hibs can tighten up at the back, they should win this one quite easily.
Okay, just one little footnote to a player that played in Scottish football with some distinction. Henrik Larsson, Ruffy, quit Helsingborg after 2 months after taking the job for a second time. Basically, after the 8 games, quit over verbal abuse. So some countries right across Europe suffering from the same poison that we are suffering from.
Yeah, and if you're a manager and you're getting that kind of stick and you're the kind of player that he is, I mean, he's a legend, you know, some people just say, well, I don't need this. You know, and I know he had a bit of trouble with his son as well, didn't he? His son got a bit of verbal abuse as well. And so maybe just he's a player and not really a manager.
Yep, absolutely. Only time will tell. We wish him success in whatever he does. Legends getting stick. Who'd have thought? Big thank you to Barry Ferguson for coming on the show today with Ruffy as well, who never gets stick because, as you know, Ruffy is the housewife's favourite. And from that, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like and share and follow us on Facebook as well. Have a great weekend.
Expect the best used car deals guaranteed. Visit arnoldclark.com.